All right, so Troy's series, like I said, it ended better than it started for us. That first match, we still continued to struggle. I think that later on that night, we kind of had a breakthrough conversation I was hoping it would be a breakthrough. It could have gone one or two ways. And I think coming back the next day, it was a conversation that was much needed to have. And I was really happy with how we responded. We're going to do what we do as a staff every time. We're going to go back and watch the match from the first night, make adjustments, come up with a new plan. And I am very proud with how we responded to the adjustments that were made. I think in the past we've struggled with making some adjustments on the fly like that, but we switched up our defense completely. And we had 12 blocks in 3 sets. Lindsay had 9. Kaylin, I think, had 7. Defensively across the board, we were phenomenal. And then I think overall, offensively, everybody showed up, which is, it's going to help us win games. And so I'm very proud with how the team came together and responded day 2.
Let's talk about a little bit more about the defense on Friday. Forcing, I guess, on one of a 0 hit percentage and 10 attack errors. Can you talk about about the pressure as well on the defense in that game, being able to ratchet that up?
Yeah, so that morning, whenever we met and we had our film and scout session where we went over our game plan, I told the team, I said, listen, I will never have someone come in our gym and have 29 kills on us again. Our scout right now is to go attack her in every part of the game, on serve receive, defense, wherever we are attacking her. And I think the team did a phenomenal job with it. I think Amaya was hitting negative going into the 3rd set. So for us to be able to contain her and her be at a 0 was huge for us. She's a big part of their team from the service line and obviously her arm offensively, but I was really proud with how we responded to that and handled it, because I think that made a huge difference in us being successful and being able to get the sweep on Saturday.
You talked about, of course, about getting two matches together. Now, of course, reversal of fortunes, but how encouraging is it to see that, okay, sure, we didn't get 2, but at least after dropping that first one, we were able to come back and get that second one, and hopefully use that momentum going forward.
Right. So we had talked, the previous week from Southern Miss. Everything at this point, we've put ourselves in a position where we have to win. This weekend against Troy, we were tied. They won in 4, we won in 3. So if it does come to a tie, depending how these next 3 weeks play out, we do win that tie. So that is huge for us, the way that we were able to respond and win in 3 the next day. But, moving forward, we've got to continue to play with the energy. And I thought that we did a really good job of playing together as a unit. We talk about being a team and being selfless and playing for each other. And I thought it showed the second day. And so if we can continue to do that, I think we'll continue to be successful.
Do you feel like your team responds better to that kind of back against the wall, we got to get it done type of mentality?
Yeah, I think there are times where we have done that. Like I said, I think we had a breakthrough moment after the first night, just some things that needed to come out and be addressed. And like I said, I am very proud with how we responded, because it could have gone one or two ways. We could have folded, or we could have stepped up to the challenge. And I think we did well. And so, the team knows where we're at moving forward and what needs to be done. And I think they're ready for the challenge. We had a great practice this morning, and I think we will the next few days. They're excited for South Al. They know that they're sitting at 1 by themselves. And luckily for us, we are at home. Since I've been here, we haven't beaten South Al. They're a really good team. They're coached really well. And so it is going to be a great challenge for us to have this weekend at home.
What are some things that kind of stand out about South Al that kind of will make them a bit of a challenge when they come in?
They're very balanced offensively. They have a lot of good arms. They run a fast tempo offense. They make great decisions. From the defensive standpoint, they have a lot of defenses that they run through. We put probably 6 or 7 snapshots. My girls are probably going to laugh that I just said that unintentionally. My gosh. 6 or 7 snapshots of their defense just on our board this morning for our offense to work through. And I think we are going to do a good job of it, but they are so good at changing their defense instantly that we're going to have to be on top of our game with knowing what defense they're in to switch up our offense.
You mentioned that they play at a fast tempo. Is that something you kind of want to play along with or something like that, or play at that tempo, or it's like we need to kind of slow them down?
Yeah, no, I think that's our style of game. That's what we're used to. I think there are some times where they slow things down, but when they're setters front row and they have their middles in transition, they're very effective. And that's something that, we're going to have to be able to shut down. But their pins are really good too.
How difficult is it to go from a defensive attack where in Troy, who they were trying to feed? Like it wasn't they trying to trick you. Whereas South Al, like you said, they have a lot of arms that can kind of hurt you at any given point. Is that difficult to try to go from one extreme to the next, or is it just that's just how the game is?
I think that's just how the game is. For us, we'll build our scout. We break down rotations, what we're doing offensively, what we're doing defensively. So I think for us, we're just going to have to be really strategic on what we're doing in each rotation. But talking with staff right now, I think we have a good game plan together and what we are going to attack in each rotation. So as long as we can execute that, I think that is going to be a good match.
I kind of want to talk about Lindsey Henry because people forget how young she is sometimes. And team lead high 9 kills on Friday. Kind of talk about her and the impact that she's had on the defensive end.
Yeah, so she is a true freshman. Having 9 blocks in any game, but a 3-set game is huge. She is so fast twitch and so athletic. She's able to move laterally really well, which is one of the reasons why we did recruit her. We know what she's capable of. But for her to be able to do that at this level as a freshman, I think speaks volumes. We need her to do that every game. We do have big expectations for her. I think she can do it. If she can continue to feed off the energy of everyone else and she is in a good headspace, then she does that every single game. But it goes back to us just being consistent and playing together as a team.
Also, Kennedy, she had a very good game Friday as well in terms of digs. We talk a lot about defense and blocks, but kind of speak to what she's been able to do and take over that libero role this year.
She's been phenomenal. I think she had grown a lot this past spring, and we had talked to her. She was night and day between last year and this year, and there was one point in time this season we were at SFA. She was extremely frustrated that she wasn't getting those digs, and I was like, sis, you got to realize, like, when we're blocking as many balls as we are, your numbers will go down, and I think she's done a better job of handling how that is, especially with our second game on Friday. I mean, we blocked 12 balls. That means she's not getting as many digs, but as long as she is digging at an 80% efficiency, then we are going to be successful, and she is well over that number.